Howdy, this is Lemmy with Revzilla. Welcome to another 2-minute lesson. Today we're going to talk about whether you need a patch or a plug to repair a flat when you're on the road. So figuring out whether you need a patch or a plug to repair your tire is actually really simple. It kind of all boils down to one question. Do you have a tube in your tire? If you happen to have a tube, you're going to be repairing with something like this, a patch. If you happen to have a tubeless setup, you're going to be repairing with an item like this, a string plug. Now, one item of note, it is pretty important to make sure that you actually check what's in your tire. Don't just read the tire sidewall. In many cases, you'll find someone has put a tube into a tubeless style tire. There are many reasons somebody would want to do such a thing. So that's really about all you need as far as the repair medium is concerned, but there are other things you should have in your toolkit if flat repair is something you want to add to your arsenal of skills. Now, for those of you who are repairing a tubeless style tire using string plugs, you're going to want to have two tools with you. One of them is this, a reaming tool to help clean up the area from the puncture from whatever happens to make ingress into your tire. The other tool that's going to be mission critical for you is this puppy, and that's a string insertion tool. This is going to help you take the string plug and actually put it into your tire in order to install the plug. Without that, the job is pretty difficult, if not dang near impossible. Now, for those of you who are using patches, you have sort of some different tools. You're going to want something handy to sort of smush the patch down and maybe some adhesive. You can get by without those if necessary. For you, though, the really critical pieces of equipment to have are the tools to remove your wheels. Now, if you're anything like me, you're not going to know which tire necessarily is up for the flat, so you're going to want to make sure that you have the tools to remove both your front as well as your rear wheel. Now, the last piece that both parties are going to need to think of, too, is how to reinflate that tire. Now, some of you are going to use an electric pump, then again, others of you might find it a little bit more convenient to carry something small like this CO2 inflator setup. CO2 style inflators can be helpful for kind of a wide variety of folks, but I think the people who are most apt to consider them are folks who have a tubeless tire to repair. The reason being is sometimes a tire can come off of its bead. Now, if you have a tube in your tire, you can simply use the tube to sort of squish it back up onto the bead. Those of you who are not running tubes, however, don't have such a luxury, and something like a CO2 inflator will give you a better crack than an electric inflator due to the greater initial pressure when using that item. I'm getting near the end of my 2 minutes. Make sure you subscribe to us so you can catch other videos we have just like this one at Revzilla.com. I'm Lem. I'm out of here.